Good evening, Mr. Minister. Welcome to Armenia and thank you for your time. The first question, what was your goal of your visit? What vision do you have for Armenian-Lithuanian further relations and cooperation? And if you discussed it with the Armenian authorities already?
Well, first of all, thank you for having this opportunity to speak with you. Lithuania has a new government since last December, and a new foreign minister. So I've had a chance, even though it's a COVID times, to visit a couple of countries. But I have to say that Armenia is, still one of the first countries that I visit. Indeed, there are many things that we have to discuss, and we've discussed throughout the day. First of all, I'm arriving to Yerevan not on the brightest of times, I would say. Not only because of the post-war situation, but you have to add it COVID situation and upcoming elections. And I think that there is a possibility for closer cooperation. And Lithuania being an EU member, in my perspective, could help more and assist more on a path to reforms, rebuilding after the war, and helping internationally to bring more Europe to Armenia.
What other cooperation platforms besides Eastern Partnership do you see between Armenia and Europe?
Well, I think that Eastern Partnership remains a very strong instrument inside Europe. It is valued, it is appreciated, even though we understand that the members inside the Eastern Partners are different, and their paths have been different, and we're seeing many divergences. But it still is very a format where we can express and talk about what unites us, and how do we see region security, region's democracy, strengthening the rule of law, and starting from Moldova and going all the way to Armenia. I mean, we have very similar issues. But despite from that, I believe that there is a possibility of strengthening what we call 3+1, meaning that 3 associated partners, 3 countries that have already association agreements with Europe, but add to that Armenia as well, because many reforms that Armenia is undertaking were undertaken by other countries or on a similar path. That means that their experiences can be shared, and problems could be solved together. And
this is your vision for Armenian-European partnership?
At this point, yes, one of the visions. But as well, I mean, every country is different. Ukraine has its own set of problems. Moldova has its own set of problems and opportunities, and Georgia, and Armenia. And I think that there is a possibility to present the country as it is, as well. Because the situation is unique, and I've mentioned that these times are particularly difficult. And being that, and being said that, I believe that there's a possibility to attract EU's attention directly to Armenia, despite any other existing formats. That there's a lot of EU can do in these particular difficult times to help Armenia.
As we spoke about Eastern Partnership, there's an issue that we are mostly interested in, as we have always known that Eastern Partnership has high values, and Armenia has always been committed to those values. But another member of Eastern Partnership lately deliberately unleashed a war against Armenia with using mercenaries and terrorists from abroad, and with violating the values of Eastern Partnership. In this case, what do you think? Is Eastern Partnership relevant?
Well, I think that it is relevant. We have to remember that when Eastern Partnership started, we had a country like Belarus in its ranks. And we see that, that the paths really diverged. Now Belarus is facing, huge issues of its own, fighting for its people, fighting for democracy since last year's stolen election. So I believe that it's a format that in which there is a possibility to look what unites us. But on the other hand, what I said before, If we see that the divergence is going further than that, then obviously there's a possibility to seek different forms of cooperation with Europe. And we are seeing that, we have 3 associated partners, Moldova, Ukraine, and Georgia. They are cooperating inside the 3. They have their own path. So the Eastern Partnership is not dissolved. It's not cancelled or anything. But we are seeing that countries are moving on a different pace. So I
You mean, doesn't it have a controlling mechanism?
No, and it shouldn't. It never had. It was more of an idea, a proposed path. But the countries choose, in which and how fast do they want to go, how interested they are. And Armenia already has a different path, being chosen different ventures, not signing the association agreement with Europe. It's on a different path, but still in the Eastern Partners group. So I see it as a concept, as a possibility. But within that possibility, the country can choose how fast and how deep does it want to go.
As we spoke about war, again, what is the most interesting for us in these hard times is that a trophy park, so-called trophy park, was opened in Baku. You know about this, and many European countries have condemned this act of Azerbaijan because there were helmets of soldiers, a passage with helmets of soldiers. There were some humiliating acts of our martyrs, and many European countries have condemned. What is the opinion and the view of your country, Lithuania?
Well, I don't think that it's appropriate for any country in 21st century to have something like this. And I've mentioned that to the leaders of Armenia here in Yerevan today. And later on my visit, I will visit Baku and I will express the same opinion. I think that no victim should be dehumanized and no violence should be glorified. That is the principle by which I stand.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
And welcome to Armenia again.
Thank you.